Now, for any business to succeed, it will need to be good at sales. And with sales, you'll be able to sell your product to the market without any constraints. And even outside the perception of the product. Because the reason people they buy is not the reason you sell. So think about that. Now I'll start with the product. Now, I've made some graph for you just to analyze them and see them. And remember, I always put the documents. You can check them on the document side. And also if you have some question, you can send them on the box, on the chat box. So you can communicate better and also guide you. Now, in the graph below, I show all the important things that surround the product success. And it is the heartbeat of any business offering. And without acknowledging its presence, the business will fail, no matter the sales team skills, no amount of funding backing it. I would like to break down everything bit by bit to better help you understand it better and avoid thinking like I did when I started in business. When I started in business, I thought now if my product is just good enough, people will just buy it, but I was wrong. No matter the product it is, it might be that's good, or someone might have a product that's good than yours, and they might buy more on the products of the sold by the other person. Because of perception, it's all perception. No matter how your product is good, it might be, but if people they don't know about it, they'll never buy it. I thought this was all just about the product, and I was wrong, because the product itself is not a product that we sell. Indeed, the product itself is not the product that we sell. We sell the value that the product brings, not what the product is. And that is what the product itself. Now in business, we sell what the product can do, the problem it solves, and how it is perceived. And all of those together is a product. So a product is made up of what? The utility aspect, plus the solution, plus the perception. And all of those are a product. Now the customer is an end consumer. And they don't care about the technical stuff. They don't care. If it works, it works. They are fine with it. They don't ask you even for a computer, how did you come to this processing power? How did you make it work in this side? How did you install the software? All those kind of things. They won't come and ask about all these things. Which resistors did you utilize? They won't ask that. But if it works, it does the job, they are happy with it. Now, the quality of the product must reflect the company that produces it. And it is part of the brand that you want to communicate with the public. And innovation should reflect in every bit of it. Trust me, it should be so. The quality is important, but it's not the thing you should keep on looking at as if it will sell itself. It won't sell itself. I know you have heard many people mention it will sell itself. No, you have to sell it, and it has to be sellable. That's where it comes now, the presentation. Now, with that at hand, the products will sell because it is remarkable and of an acceptable quality that meets people's needs. The perception of the product is what will make the product sell and reach more markets. Let me give you an example. People, they don't buy now like Gucci because it's just a clothes. They buy it because of of the status. They don't buy Louis Vuitton just because it's a clothes. They buy it because of the perception, how people they'll look at them. You see, they're selling the clothes to make money in the business, but people are buying it for status. You see, the reason they sell is not the reason people they buy. That's what differs here. Now, to all consumers, the message you communicate is speed, better, and convenience. To shape one perception, you have to put yourself in their shoes and look at the emotional aspects of the product. Like, how do you feel to have that one in your position? And how happy do you become in that moment? People will always remember how you made them feel, or how something or someone made them feel. Emotions are like pockets of memories and deeply engraved in our hearts and minds. Now, you have to communicate the message over and over until the person can cite your slogan asleep. And then, my friends, you have a dominance. Now, here's the truth. The market is a person, and we all find to be the one mostly remembered. We fight for that spot to be remembered each and every day. The market is people that you're selling to, it's just the market. So a person itself, it's just the market. So we're fighting much to be remembered by that person. For that person to always think about us when you promote your product, you sell it. That's what we are fighting for. Hence, we are fighting for the mind space of each person. This helps to create trust, and then people will buy the product that rings in their minds, even though there might be a better alternative. So if you are more in their minds, they will not even mind the opportunity cost. It's just that they know more about you. They don't even care about the quality. It's just like that. Now, that is the psychology of marketing. Yes, through marketing, we've been able to acquire that. Now, let's continue. There is always an opportunity cost. And that's why people will spend 15,000 on coaching, because they communicate luxury and exclusivity. Luxury and exclusivity. Not everybody can afford it. And it's luxurious. It's worn by what? Famous people. So you make me look like them. You make me feel like them because they want to feel like them in that moment wearing that thing. You see, emotions. Now, and they reject something from Mr. Price, because Mr. Price, they communicates what? Affordability and average. See the difference? Different communication from different brands. So I created a graph below which talks about the product perception and look into it, and the product sales, why people they buy the product, and what product quality. Look at the graph below, and mostly like to show you what the phases of everything, how it connects. Now, let's look at the SWOT analysis. Let's look at the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats of your products in the market. Because you have to be realistic at the end. Now, how well do you know and comprehend your product's offering? How well do you know and comprehend your product's offering? That's the question. Now, this step is what gives you a chance to align yourself with the market and face reality. And another thing that you need to note, the world is always changing with quick content. Quick content. Today this is working and tomorrow it's not. As an entrepreneur, you have to note that down and create an aversive strategy to keep yourself always relevant. Now, I'll use like a famous example. I use Drake as for an example, or as an example. He never gets old. You know his music. I used to love his music from like before it's too late. I don't remember. I used to listen to it to prime, like the views, the OVO, like some other, like I'm thinking about something like that, man. I used to watch it back in the past, you see. I don't remember the other album, but I knew all of them. I had them in my phone. It's just a past thing in my past life, because I'm always changing too. So I'll use Drake as an example, as I've said. He never gets old, and he releases hits after hits because he knows how to keep himself relevant, meaning he'd be willing to overcome challenges and be fluid, not stagnant in what used to work. Well, what you know and what you have is what it does. You know what the market moves with, you know what they like in that moment. Even the sound of the beat, he chooses it now creatively. Even the flow in his music is different because he understands the market. So that's why he keeps on dropping hits. So now, yesterday is the foundation of today. Now let's look at the graph. I prepared another graph for you below. So now the strengths, what makes your product better than those in the markets? What value do you have to offer? On your weaknesses, what are you not doing that your competitors do? Which markets are you not reaching? On the opportunities, what is your advantageous positions in the market, and what is your niche worth and market gap? The trends, what innovation do you lack that you need? Which market portion are you aimed to lose? Those are all the questions you have to answer when you design your product offering before you release it to the market. Because there's another thing you have to do too. It's like you have to test the market before you release the food products. Test the market now, seeing how they do they appreciate it, how well they receive it. Then you can do it at a full scale. Now, I advise you that to try by all means to position yourself in the winning position by answering these questions for yourself. Now, it applies both in physical store and digital store, like when you are doing like the e-commerce, such as like Spotify, or Amazon, TikTok Shop, Facebook Market, and there are many of them. Now, this is a way to success, and it's not painted in bright colors, but it's black and white, because we have to keep learning without stop. Yeah, it's my code. It's my code. Okay, another aspect that people seem to like look down on it. They be like, when they start the business, like, I need an investor. But business is hard. So now I'll give you a simple example now, funding versus growth, so you can understand how things will go. I would like to quote Vusi Thembekwayo. He once said, business don't follow the Excel spreadsheets. Actually, it's just a deep hockey stick. Yeah, that's true. At first, you pour in quite a lot of money before you can see success. Now, I agree, even though we all have become accustomed to the norm of getting rich quick, yeah? When you see social media, Instagram, you see people posting, 2 years, 1 year, closed in, boom, now they're driving cars, supercars, they're in the jets now, they're in the yachts, you see all those kind of things. You be like, yes, I can do it overnight. Nah. Those people that spend 5 years without being known, then they come now. You just be like, oh, they did it overnight. No, there are a lot of like hard hours, some hard days in the background without anyone noticing them. Now, because they have fame, people will start noticing them, and you think it's just happened now. Nah. There's some hard time that they're hiding. Every soldier has his wounds. It's like that. Now, let me continue now. To create real wealth, it will take time, energy, funding, and perseverance. Now, look at the graph below and analyze it with a deep insight. I would like to use me as an example. When I was in high school, I sold like Stick Sweets, our music mixtape, and worked during the holidays for my dad in order to fund my recording label. You have to pour in a lot of money at first to build a foundation before you can build a skyscraper. And the foundation has to be deep enough to support the weight of the building. You see how tall the skyscrapers they are? It's because now when they build the foundation, they go deep too. And how deep they go is in directly correlation to how high it will reach. They do that when you're like working on developments. Now, it's like deadlifting, us as gym folks who like gym. Before I moved, I changed the cities, I was always gymming at my home. So that I think like the deadlifting is really hard. So it's like deadlifting, like for real. You will acquire many assets in the process of building foundation, of which you will later need to finance your building, as loan like collateral, or against the stock. Your stock in the market, you can also use it as collateral to get some money, some free money, tax-free money from the bank that is printed. through fractional reserve banking. They made it for free. That free money that people they work for. Yeah. Now also like for business evaluation. Now I'll see you on the other module. It's the fourth module. Haha. How far we've gone, my friend. You see, we are becoming something. Now on this upcoming module, I'll be teaching you now a different game. A really different game at a higher level. So I hope you stay tuned to see it to the end. I don't want to blow it. I don't want to like people like, hey, it's like this now. I want you to be surprised. I'll leave it as a surprise. Now I'm joking. I'll just give you some snapshots through it. So let me just update you on what now we'll be presenting on the next module. So I hope you love it. So now we'll be talking about liabilities to assets. How your liabilities can become assets. Yeah? Even your home is a liability because it takes money out of your pocket. Yeah, they told you it's an asset, no, it's a lie, man. It's just how the system was designed. Anything that takes money out of your pocket, it's a liability. Your car, personal car, is a liability. So those are just simple examples, but stay tuned, so you know how you can convert all of those into assets and make real money. Ciao.